Howdy doody YouTube. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Solar Struggle from Gamersgate. It's available for about £6, unsure what that is in dollars, so you'll have to check. And anyway, let's just jump straight into it. So first things first, as normal with PC games, we'll have a quick look at the options. I am of course playing in 720p just because of video size. Quick look at the keyboard controls, fairly simplistic. General, well, there's not that many options for graphics, to be honest with you. Obviously it's resolution, and that's about it, I'm afraid. And finally, under gamepad controls, you can see they're fairly simplistic. Excuse me. I've had a little bit of a dry cough because I was in a nightclub on Friday, and their smoke machine went a little bit on the fritz, and pretty much the entire nightclub just got completely filled with smoke. So it was so bad you could barely see what the hell was going on in front of you. So it was kind of irritating, but never mind. Anyway, we're going to be jumping straight into the campaign, I think, because that'll take me through the tutorial and you through the tutorial, plus as well a little bit of, you know, how to play the game and the general gist of what happens. So with that said, let's just jump straight into it. So, let's see, we can zoom and switch mission. However, there is only the one, of course, because I'm on the start. We start with a ship selection, but try as I might, I can of course not choose other stuff. It's good for delivering goods from A to B, and as you can see, pretty agile, but, well, the rest of it, not so good. Anyway, we have Gatling gun, which is pretty much the only weapon we have, and also there is the option to pretty much just, well, select nothing else really. We have no other options because obviously it's the start of the game. So let's just get straight into this sucker. We can choose between either an afterburner, or we can choose between the support generator, which generates additional energy. I'm probably going to go with afterburner just because, maybe make it a bit faster. So start mission, baby. Here we are. Before we separate, I want you to get comfortable with the controls of the ship. Sounds fair enough. This is Stan. Stan is indeed the man. Setting the speed. Okay, it's giving me the keyboard controls. I am... Oops. Sorry about that, dude. I am indeed using keyboard... sorry. A 360 pad. Now, it's kind of interesting. I was playing this just for a little bit earlier. And I've noticed that some of the tutorial just does not work with pad. The game itself does, but the game itself for the tutorial just doesn't seem to register if you're using keyboard and mouse. Oh, sorry, 360 pad. I'm sorry, guys. I've just woken up, so I'm a bit not quite with it. Afterburner, however, is pretty quick. There we go. And now we can evade using the strafe keys, as you would expect from most games. Right, that should be us. Oh, we've also got lasers. We don't have a secondary one, however. I'm not too far away. Interestingly, as far as I'm aware, you can't actually alter the plane of height. So in other words, this is almost like driving on, say, oh, I don't know, a test track on... Let's go with Gran Turismo. There is no up and down. Oop, wrong button. Oop. Wow, this guy's really making me go everywhere. That wasn't too bad. Very good. Okay. Splendid. I've got to find out how to defend myself against greedy scumbags, indeed. Okay? I have some scrapped mines, so I'll destroy them. Okay, excellent. You may want to keep track of a specific ship. To do so, press Q. That's irritating. I really wish it did show you the 360 pad. Okay. Right. Okay. Might have to actually do this manually. Let's see if we can figure out what that button is. Shooting. Ah. Secondary weapon. Pew pew. Guided missiles. That was quite satisfying. Okie dokie. Now harm mobile targets. Seems fair. I'm more than willing to try and shoot you, trust me. What a shame. Don't forget you have a mission too. Okie dokie, skip. Really? I'm so pleased. Ah, so it basically throws me straight to the deep end. Okay, fair enough. Oh, maybe we should afterburn off this guy.
Shit, more of them are coming.
Oh no. Oh dear. There's quite a few. Okay, is it me or is this unfair with how many there are?
The military is finally showing up.
Let me shoot you, damn it. One of you is gonna die. Die! Die! All of you die! This is actually a lot harder than it looks. I know it looks like I'm doing terribly, but at least I think this is kind of hard to shoot them. Ah. It's taking longer than I'd imagined, actually. There we go, there's one of them went boom.
Target destroyed.
Indeed. You don't have to sound so proud of yourself, though.
I caught him.
Well done.
I caught him.
You did diddly. Ramming speed, I feel, is the optimum approach from these guys.
Oh no!
Oh no. Pirates are destroyed. Are you able to reach rear base? Yep. I mean, it's not going to win awards for either voice acting or storyline so far, but for the price, you can't really expect a masterpiece. Okay, sounds good. Damn right I did. Can I say no? Anything with the words consortium always make me suspicious. Like, in any sci-fi game ever, phrases such as consortium, the corporation, they're never friendly. Ah, okay. You can actually go back to a mission if you prefer, however. That's pretty cool. I'm now on a scout. I cannot once again switch weapons. I do have 2 in systems. Agility is, well, all the way up there, and armor is basically bupkis. So pretty much if I sneeze on this thing, it's not going to go well. I have double Gatling guns, which is quite interesting. I can't help but feel it's probably a good idea with a shield generator. Oh, it's one big ass battleship. It's not quite as impressive as, say, Battlestar Galactica, but, you know. God, I miss that show. When the hell is the new one coming out? That's what I want to know. I really miss that show so badly. I don't know if I'm going to be so much of a fan of the new one. As far as I'm aware, and it's been a while since I've researched it, simply because, well, you know, it makes me sad. Oh wait, we've got duel, haven't we? Let's target you. Oh. Let's get out of the way, I feel. Do a hard turn. Okay, let's back. Excellent. Flawless victory. Fatality. You know what? Let's do a reverse and then chase after him. There we go, that was better. Anyway, as I was saying, I really miss BSG. I think the characters in it were just amazing. My favourite was probably Bolter. I know a lot of people hated him, but I just thought he was probably the coolest. And no, it wasn't because he's British. Interesting though, useless piece of information. I'm sure many of you know it anyway. But the character who played as Adama's son, Lee, I believe his name was. It's been a while since I've seen the show. The actor's name was actually Jamie Bamber, and he was actually British. He was actually in a few British television shows as well. Including our version of The Unit, which I don't remember the name of, actually, to be fair. Although I don't personally watch much British television, if I'm honest with you. I think most of it sucks. I'm probably going to get some of my British viewers really kind of offended by the fact I said that. I mean, that's not to say all British TV sucks, it's just, I'm sorry, it cannot compete with something, say, as Lost. I'm gonna shoot you eventually, dude, seriously. You know what, let's slow down a little bit. There we go. Right, let's go and help my friends. There we go. Ooh. Pro tip, do not shoot something if it's going to make you go straight into an asteroid. Oh, here we go. I wish they had a variety of screens. This one's, you know, kind of entertaining, but at the same time boring. I heard it so much now. So anyway, I mean, I won't even bother to mention the performance of the game in terms of FPS. As you could probably tell, it's not exactly a demanding game. This is one of those instances where I don't have to, you know, mention that my system specifications or anything, because I imagine if you've got an even remotely decent system, and when I say even remotely, I mean like one that could basically run any type of modern game at all, you'll probably be able to play this without too much trouble. And at full, well, I wasn't going to even say full settings, but there are no settings other than resolution. Oh yes. It's kind of an interesting game actually. It's almost because of the fact that there are no you cannot decrease and increase in height. It's somewhat reminiscent to me of almost Wipeout, a free-range Wipeout, but obviously without the racing aspect. You know, it sounds a bit weird, but it's basically like a 2D shooter in some ways in space. Although the weapon systems so far do kind of remind me of Wipeout. Although I don't think you'll be able to use a Quake distributor in space. That's probably a poor analogy actually, Wipeout, but I couldn't really think of another one offhand. Explosions, however, are quite pretty, I must admit. There we go. I will say that I don't really seem to be taking much damage, which is making me feel... Maybe it's because it's the first few missions, but I'm not really trying. I know a lot of the battles I'm just like queue everything and see how it goes. Generally everything seems to die quite rapidly. Rapido, rapido! Admittedly, it's probably not the most... what's the word I'm looking for? Conservative of ways, and it's almost certainly not the most efficient of ways, but it works, to be honest. Music isn't bad. I'm quite a big fan of metal and, you know, rock and all of that. This is kind of one of those mixtures of the typical sci-fi music that a lot of games have, along with a rock soundtrack. So that's kind of interesting. It's not bad. It's just a little bit repetitive. Now, that's a my dude. Okay, you know what? I see you, dude. Huh. This guy's quite far away, actually. I was going to take care of the guys closer. That's a very nice health pack you've got there. Oh, shut up. I must say, it's kind of weird. I went through this phase just a week or so back, maybe a couple now, where every single game I seem to have, you know, ended up seeing on the release schedule and then having to buy, and then play, of course, was a point-and-click adventure. And now it seems that so many of the games I'm playing recently are, well, not. It seems like there's quite a few action-y games. There were a few really good ones, of course. Ghost Recon, pretty damn impressive. And, of course, Spec Ops: The Line. I'm still really unsure which one I prefer out of those two. I've, you know, been thinking about it for a while, and I'm still kind of unsure. So, well done! You're in a war and you're attacking something. Kudos! I will be sure to recommend you for a commendation. There we go. I'll take the credit for that, I feel. It seems to be like that one female pilot voice for everything. I'm not sure. Maybe one guy as well. I seem to be taking like no damage. I'm not sure if that's just my imagination. I think most of them are missing me. That just shows you I'm either amazing. Yeah, I think a lot of them are missing me. So that either shows that I am actually incredibly amazing at this game, or the AI just sucks. or I'm really early into the game. As far as I'm aware, there wasn't a difficulty setting. Could be wrong on that though, so I don't want to say anything on that point. Ooh dear, okay, I got shot a little bit there. My health definitely went down.
I caught him.
You don't want to catch him, you want to shoot him. I'm not quite sure if it's just me sucking, but sometimes it feels like your bullets just go straight through the enemy. Let's see. Let's go after you. Oh, you're a bit far away.
I have it in sight.
Controls are not bad. I wouldn't exactly call them simple, in terms of they don't feel as responsive maybe as I'd like, but they're not bad per se.
I have it in sight.
Although I'm playing this with, as I've mentioned before, the 360 pad, I don't really think you'll be penalised at all for playing this on keyboard.
I'm attacking the target.
Oh no!
I will say the missions maybe...
Mission failed.
Oh. Irritating. I just realised I probably shouldn't be shooting all the little ships. I probably should actually, you know, be trying to take care of the big ones. Never mind though, who cares? Let's go with something a bit better. Let's go with something that's afterburnery like. Really? Excellent. We now have the element of surprise. He says. Yeah. Damn right. I will nonchalantly make my way there in some point in the not too distant future, dude. Excellent. And yes, I'm fully aware there was someone shooting me from behind, but... Right, you know what? Let's get over here. I wish the afterburner lasted longer. I'm not even going at full speed, that's probably not really helping either. I mean, I think you guys get a general gist of the game, to be honest. Invariably it's going to come down to if you're going to want the game or not. I know that's a very stupid thing to say perhaps, but you know, you're going to kind of get an idea now of whether this is going to be your thing. Personally, from the standpoint of my enjoyment factor, this doesn't grip me. There are some really fantastic indie games that I've played recently, and to me this isn't one of them. I don't think it's particularly bad, I just think it's a little bit repetitive. Obviously I'm a bit early in the game, so I don't expect to be able to unlock the Mega Laser 9000 that destroys half the sector. However, I do think that the ship's shooting is kind of a bit repetitive, and also sometimes I don't feel that the guns are that accurate, especially the beginning gun, which makes the beginning missions particularly a little bit, well, tedious. That's not to say the game's bad though. You've got to remember as well the price point. It's about £6, so. Oh, yes, indeed. So with that price, I mean, you can't expect a miracle. Graphics are not bad, really, to be honest. They're not terrible. They're functional, and some of it, like the star effects, for example, look pretty reasonable. The weapons lock-on thing is a bit of a pain in the butt. I wish it, well, locked on more efficiently. Explosions, however, are quite satisfying and nice. Voice acting is not bad, and there is a reasonable amount of comm chatter, which does somewhat add to the atmosphere, in my opinion at least. I know some guys and girls might not like that. I do kind of wonder why, and this is a bit of a random thought, why we're able to hear their screams, yet we're not able to hear their, well, general chatter of he's flanking me. It seems like their screams go on open frequency just for our entertainment or something. Okay. Sounds astounding. So now we have to boost all the way the ass end of the sector, apparently. So I think you kind of get the general idea by now about this game. If you're going to like it and if you're not going to like it. As I've said, for the price, it's not bad. One little point I will make, it's a small niggle, but one that's a little bit annoying to me at least, is if you're unsure about one of the buttons, for example on the joypad, after you've done the tutorial, you can't actually then jump out in the middle of the game and then just check or rebind a key, because the only options available to you on the escape menu, at least as far as I could see, are resume game and surrender. So that's a bit frustrating if you're like halfway through a mission and you think, yeah, I really wish this key on the keyboard or this key on the joypad was not this. That's a bit annoying. But other than that, you know, it's an indie game. Once again, you have to make concessions. You can't expect, say, an Unreal or a Counter-Strike level of key binding, just for example. So once again, not a terrible game. Personally, I would recommend it to fans of, you know, shooters and that kind of thing only. But for the price point, it might be worth having a splurge if you're just in for a bit of mindless violence. Not a terrible game, but for my personal tastes, not exactly what I'm looking for. Anyway, hopefully you'll have a general gist of how the game plays by now, how the whole setup works. So once again, if you guys could rate and subscribe, that would be mighty appreciated. And take care of yourselves, and bye for now.